Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stress for February 15th, 2026. We do keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com, and we maintain a storefront, Patient Weather, on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through our Patient Weather storefront support the activities of Patient Weather. Looking at the surface map for the 15th, we have a low pressure center trying to push into San Francisco and the Pacific Northwest, but we have that more active frontal system trying to develop down here about Atlanta, spreading unsettled weather all the way across the southeast from Florida clear on up into Maryland. A little bit of snow activity even here lingering on upstate New York and southern portions of New England. Looking at our vitality index, which is a composite or a measure of all of those weather elements that might have an impact on human health, we have a little bit of activity going on here in the Northern Rockies, a lot more activity going on here in Texas into Oklahoma, and the really most significant area here in the southeast, covering all of the southeastern states, and just a touch of fleeting activity going on here in Maine. Looking at the change in pressure, we do have falling pressure here across the Northern Rockies, mainly Idaho into Wyoming and all the way to South Dakota. Another more significant area of falling pressure in the southeast, once again stretching all the way from Florida back to Alabama up into actually eastern portions of Ohio, West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania, but most intense right here in the Carolinas. We have rising pressure in Texas up into Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and then another area of rising pressure here in northern New England. Temperature change, really not significant as temperatures have warmed nicely, but we do have a small temperature burst here across the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, and we have some rising or a burst of temperatures right here along the Carolina coast where that unusual cold has been hanging on. Dew point temperature change is more significant and more interesting. We have the falling dew point temperatures here up the plains and then rising dew point temperatures here in the southeast with all that unsettled weather. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, you can see that we do have that risk of arthritis stretching all the way from Texas clear across into Oklahoma, Louisiana, picking up portions of Mississippi, Arkansas, southern Missouri, and trying to just touch into Nebraska. More significant area, another significant area of migraine risk here in New England, stretching all the way from Massachusetts, clear on up into upstate New York, across Vermont, New Hampshire, and into Maine, and probably picking up just the Canadian cities directly and those right along the border. We do have that risk of asthma and arthritis, rather significant here in western Oregon, but stretching across the Northern Rockies into the Northern Plains, rather significant here in North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, but most significant here in the southeast, especially from Florida up into Alabama, across the heart of Georgia, into South Carolina, North Carolina, picking up and becoming significant again here in portions of Pennsylvania, and stretching on into really northern Ohio and into the easternmost portions of Michigan. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.